Paralyzed. That is the daily reality for Kevin Brooks following a booze-fueled drive at excessive speed 10 years ago. Brooks shared his story with high school students at Niverville Collegiate this week.
The story's called My Story. Awesome title, man. Yeah. So, before I tell the full story, side story, May long weekend, my buddies and I are up in the Okanagan area of BC. I live in Vancouver. We're partying hard, running out of beers, want to get some more. Friends aren't going to let me drive my car for good reason. But I sneak off when they're not looking, I hop in the car and go anyway. As about to pull away, my best buddy comes around. He's just like, dude, you're not driving, you're hammered, you crashed. Hurt yourself, hurt someone else. He's giving the whole talk. And I'm cocky in those days, like, buddy, beat it. Beer store's around the corner, it's all good. I'm going. But my friend knew it wasn't all good. I'll never get the words he said to me next. So, Kev, look at your legs. Imagine you can use those again. Look at your skateboard. Imagine you couldn't ride this again. Imagine you couldn't ride that tomorrow. Harsh words from a buddy, but I'm glad he said them. Because hit me right here, knock some common sense, that thick drunk skull of mine. Now take the keys, ignition, not drive the car. I went back to the fire, gave that buddy the old half handshake, hug, don't know what it's called, probably know what I'm talking about thing. Thanks, dude. You have my back. Drank his beers all night. I tell that side story for two reasons. What are the odds of a friend telling me to look at my legs? My skateboard's like a monk earlier, I'm about to drive impaired. Too bad to learn my lesson there. I often tell it because that's a friend. I'm about to make a stupid choice. He's pulling out of the situation. He's watching my back.
Unfortunately, he did not learn his lesson, and a couple of weeks later got behind the wheel drunk and crashed the car. He recalls he was taking risks that young people often take, and finally it caught up to him. Sadly, his buddy and the passenger in the vehicle died in the crash. The crash changed Brooks' life forever, and during some dark days when he wanted to give up, a light said, keep going and tell your story. He wanted to tell it to young people and thought he could bring a fresh perspective because he is the guy who was driving, partying, taking the risks, and living that lifestyle. Brooks' message comes at students straight up. He has a mohawk, a punk rock hoodie, and stickers all over his wheelchair, and the students respond. Grade 9 student Cassandra says it was a very sad story about the consequences of his actions, but it was really inspirational how he found a way to get through it. She has intentions to never drink and drive and feels it's quite scary to even consider. Fellow grade 9 student Shania agrees Kevin's talk is good for young people because it shows how their choices affect other people as well. She had thought about what might happen following a crash, but now it kind of hit her as more real than ever before.
Through all this, I've learned a very hard lesson. A lesson I wanted to share. Every time I tell the story, it is a bit different. One thing is always the same. You may have noticed some chairs appear. Those chairs are for friends who aren't here in person. Not because they couldn't catch a flight, not because they had to work, not because they had an extra long weekend and a late night last night. These chairs are for friends who died. My buddies Brendan, Jordan, and Chris. I love to think they're always chilling beside the spirit. We all see the chairs as choices that we made or someone else made. Car crash, suicide, violence. I have the voice. That voice should share a story. So it's my story up there. Really, it's our story. And I tell you our story today, just hoping that you get it. You feel it. You understand why we're here. You just keep it upstairs. You enjoy life, you have your fun, but just be smart. Look after each other. Use the story should you ever need it, so our story or one like it does not become yours.
Reporting from Niverville Collegiate, I'm Chris T. Tart.